So guys, there's something that I need to ask you that I really hadn't been sure that I even wanted to bring this up, but I kind of feel like I have to now. I've never ever liked to ask for money for anything. My entire life, I built all my businesses with no help, just hard work. Sometimes it seemed insurmountable, but we did it. We grinded it out, just one thing at a time, and eventually got to our goal. Sometimes it would take me years longer to get to that goal because I wouldn't ask for money from people because I was too proud, or I just felt like it wasn't something I wanted to do. I don't even know what to do about this, but I've thought long and hard about it, and I wanted to put this out there at least as a scenario. And I know you guys understand how much this aquarium means to me, my family, my crew, and quite frankly, my legacy. As a matter of fact, we've decided to call the aquarium the Legacy Aquarium. I'm not giving up. I'm not just lying down, but I have to be realistic that there's a chance that I might not be here very long, and I'm going to live it to the best I can, and I'm going to fight as hard as I can. You guys know how important it is for this project to hopefully get done. My family, my crew, and everyone can be okay in the future, not to mention how many people's lives it's going to touch over the decades to come. So here's the deal. The entire budget for the aquarium was a $5 million budget. Now, $1 million of that budget was going to be coming from my friend Steve Bashy, so he would be a limited partner on the project itself, and he would be doing all the filtration, which again, that filtration, if I was to pay for it, would have been about $1 million. The other $4 million, I was planning on funding 100% myself. Now, I'm going to get real with you guys and tell you exactly where we're at, so that I'm completely transparent so you know where I'm getting at. $1.5 million of my own money was going to go into the project. That was cash that I had saved up to do this project. We've already spent about $500,000 so far just on where we're at right now. We have about $1 million left to actually do the project. Well, you can easily do the math. 1.5 million minus 4 million that is needed means that we're $2.5 million short, which we're going to borrow from the bank. Now, the bank actually gave us what they call a letter of intent saying that, hey, we will loan you $2.5 million, but they didn't want to execute that loan until I had all of the drawings and everything in place. Seemed like a no-brainer to me. We're going to get this done, everything like that. But you guys can imagine that banks don't really like the idea of loaning to someone that has an illness like I have that has such a low probability of success. So not only is the bank not really an option now, but the other thing is it's something that's called recourse debt. So even if I were able to get the loan, which I most likely can't, it's recourse debt, meaning that if for some reason something goes wrong, Lori loses our house, our cars, the reptarium, all our businesses, and I can't in good faith leave that to my family. I have to make sure that they're going to be okay. And right now my main focus isn't my personal gain because I'm not even sure what my future is, but it's taking care of my family, it's taking care of my crew and friends, and making sure the future is good for them. Even if I could get the loan, which most likely I can't take that risk right now. And to make matters a little bit worse, guys, like I said, I'm going to be completely transparent to you guys. I felt like I was young, I was healthy, I thought I was going to live another 40 years, so I don't have life insurance. I just never thought I needed it. I thought that someday down the road I would get life insurance. So it's not like if the worst happens, Lori gets this big chunk of money from life insurance because didn't think I needed it. And obviously maybe that's good advice to you guys out there. Get life insurance even if you think you're healthy, because now it's not an option for me. And because those options are done, that doesn't mean that I want to let this project die. And by the way, I know some of you might be thinking like, Brian, if you still have $1 million to put in this project, just walk away from the project and at least your wife and family will have that money. Problem is I've destroyed a building, right? It's completely destroyed. It would probably take $500,000 to $700,000 to put the building back in order to actually get rid of the building there. So that doesn't sound like a really great option to me either. This past weekend was the Tinley Park NARBC Reptile Show. My friends Brian and Bob are actually ones that run it. I've met so many people over the years. I did the show for like 25 years, selling animals and meeting people, and the auctions were always so amazing, raising money for USARK. Sometimes we'd raise $150,000 for USARK. Well, probably one of the most emotional things that I've ever been through happened, and that was that they did a charity for me. And they literally just were auctioning off Brian Strong wristband. Not only did a bunch of people step up, some people paid up to $15,000 for one wristband. Other people $10,000, $5,000, $3,000, $1,000. They raised $57,000 for me and my family through that charity auction. And at the end of that, Brian FaceTimed me, and there was an audience of at least 1,000 people there. And he turned the phone, and they all stood up and they clapped in support. The money was amazing and so helpful for my future, but it was that support that the community showed me that was overwhelming. It was such an emotional moment for me, as you can tell, still is. Because, you know, outside of my loved ones, my family, my friends, all that's really ever mattered to me were reptiles and getting people to love reptiles. To see that community come together and support me in that way, not only raising $57,000, but also just showing the love. It was one of the most beautiful moments of my entire life.
Dubia.com, $10,000 on top of that. Byron from Brace Exotic, $1,000 on top of that, Brace Exotics. $2,000 from Arcadia. Kick Brothers, $2,000 on top of that. Hey, buddy.
The world to me, man. I wish I was there with you, and you guys are all just absolutely amazing, and the love I'm feeling now is going to get me through this, man, so I love you guys.
We just raised $57,000 for you.
I mean, trust me, I don't feel alone, and that's something that's as special as could be. So you guys have, as much as it's tearing me apart right now, I want you guys to enjoy yourself tonight and know that our family, Lori and myself, thank you so much for all your support, and we love you so, so much. Until the day that I don't have a breath left in me, I'm going to keep fighting, and I'm going to keep on advocating for this reptile hobby. So I love you guys so much.
My friend Debbie that made the wristbands, not these are the Reptarium, but just like this that are purple, just said like Brian Strong or Brian Army or something like that. She actually raised over $20,000 at that show as well, selling these on donations for $20 plus. So she was the one that kind of put the thing together, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's going to have them available online now too. So by the time this video comes out, if I do have the wristbands that are available, I'll put the link down in the description to Debbie's way to get a hold of her or whatever, if you guys want to support that as well. But you know, between the auction and Debbie, we raised almost $80,000. You know, it seems like $80,000 to $2.5 million seems like we're a long way away from this, right? The truth is that I kind of have a game plan of how we could get to that number that doesn't seem as crazy as you actually think. But before we get into that game plan, I want to talk about, like, why would I want to move forward with this project rather than just focusing on my health? You know, through my entire life, I've always had purpose. I've always been driven. You know, whether it was growing BHB and the reptiles and the breeding center and trying to be one of the best companies that I possibly could be when it comes to breeding, to growing the social media following that we have that I take so much pride in, and it makes me so happy, to now growing the Reptarium and then expanding onto the aquarium. There's always been purpose, right? I've always been driven to achieve the next goal, and I kind of feel like if I stop that, I might not be as successful at trying to beat this disease that I'm going to be fighting so terribly difficultly. It's almost like I feel like if I have this to look forward to, I'm going to live longer because I'm going to be excited. And that doesn't mean that I won't want to live for my family and my friends. What I'm saying is that it gives me one more thing to be hopeful for. I'll want to make sure that I'm around to see this place open, and that's going to give me more fight, and I need all the fight I can get. You know, my personal accomplishments in the future don't really carry the same weight as they used to, right? Because I don't know what my future is. And although, again, I'm not giving up, guys. I'm not giving up. I'm just preparing to make sure that I'm doing the best I can for the things that matter to me most right now. And one of those things that really matters to me is not only legacy, but also making sure my family, my crew, my friends are set up so that things are going to be good for them. If for some reason the lead guy, me, that usually pushes everything, if I'm for some reason not here, I've got to make sure that they're good, not just now, but for the rest of their lives. And by not doing this, it not only makes me feel like it puts those things in jeopardy with my family, my crew, and all the other things, and even my legacy to some extent, but it also makes me feel like I'm giving up, and I don't want to give up. Okay, so let's break this down. You know, I think every time you try to achieve a goal, you have to have a plan. That plan doesn't need to just be, hey, please help me. The plan needs to be like, how can I attack this on multiple angles to get to my final goal, which is to raise at least $2.5 million to achieve the Legacy Aquarium and make this happen. So let me talk to you about what I'm thinking here. First, I'm involved in a group called GoBundance. It's what they call a tribe of millionaires. I've been with them for 6 or 7 months, and it's a bunch of men that kind of mentor each other, not just in money. As a matter of fact, money is typically not even a big pillar of what they do. It's more about like life and about family and about achieving goals outside of business, like, you know, personal goals, whether it's running a marathon or climbing Kilimanjaro or jumping out of a plane. They're always trying to kind of lift each other up and hold each other accountable. And I've been with them for about 6 months, and I've learned so much just about life and about business. Well, I talked to the CEO and a couple other people in GoBundance about what was going on, and they have a mission right now to raise $1 million for me. You know, now you got to remember, they have 900 members that are all millionaires, right? Some of them aren't going to give anything. Some might give 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. They want to make it a goal to raise at least $1 million for me. Now, they might raise $500,000. They might raise $2 million. I don't know, but that's the goal right now, is for them to try to help me. So right off the bat, we already have $80,000. You know, that was from the NARBC. We have maybe $1 million from GoBundance if that comes through, which we're going to work hard at trying to make that happen. I have a list of about 30, maybe 35 friends that are relatively wealthy in some ways, some in the reptile business, some outside the reptile business, and I'm making calls to all of those guys. Now, I'm not expecting them all to give me tons of money. Some might give me 10 grand, some might give me 20 grand, and these are donations and sponsorship that are tax write-offs too, because if they sponsor something, they can write their taxes off, and that's, you know, important as well. Again, I hate asking for hands out, but my point is that I have a couple of them that are already talking about maybe sponsoring like an exhibit that costs like $200,000. So they'll pay $200,000. Their name will be on that exhibit for all of eternity. Not to mention, as we're building things out, the name will be on like, hey, this Shark Tank is from this, and look at, they donate the money to do it. So my point is that if I'm lucky, those 30 or so wealthy people that I know, I might be able to raise another $1 million from sponsorships and donations. That puts us up to almost $2.1 million between what we have from Tinley Park, between GoBundance, and hopefully my friends that I'll reach out to, and hopefully they'll show their heart to me. And let me just tell you, if I wasn't in this position with my health, and a friend of mine reached out to me and had a goal of life like the Legacy Aquarium, and they said, hey, I would write a check tomorrow. You guys know that. You know, money doesn't mean much to me. The only thing it means to me right now is taking care of my friends and family. Me personally, I don't spend money on myself ever. It's nothing that I ever do. I would write that check in a second, and I'm hoping that they will too. It makes me feel uncomfortable even asking, but that puts us at almost $2.1 million. That means we have to raise about $400,000 elsewise. Now let's say this video gets 150 or 200,000 views. You know, if we share it, please, if you could share the video, if you could comment, let me know your thoughts on all this stuff too. Am I stepping over my bounds? Because this is the one thing that does concern me, is that overwhelmingly the support has been so just absolutely humbling and emotional. I've cried so many times because of the support that you guys are showing me. And I'm worried about doing this and people maybe getting negative. Like, I can't believe Brian is asking for money in these times. I don't need that negativity in my life right now. I need to surround myself in positivity. And that's why it was so hard to make the decision to actually make this video. It's because I thought, what if I do this and people start bashing me? Like, I can't believe how greedy Brian is. He shouldn't be doing this. And it scares me, you know, but let me know in comments what you guys think. And if for some reason you're one of those people that think I'm a bad guy now, that I'm trying to raise money to fulfill my legacy, please just keep it to yourself. Please, you know, I don't need to read your bad comments. I don't need you to encourage other people to hate on me and stuff like that. I need all the positivity I can possibly get. So we get 200,000 people that see this video. I mean, it doesn't take much math to think that that's $20 a person. Now, not everyone has $20. I think some of you will donate more. You know, I'm watching a YouTube video and this happens, you know, I donate $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever the case may be. Some people might be $500, some people might be $150, $5, $10. My point is, in the numbers that we have, if everyone gets involved, we can raise that last 400,000. Maybe we can raise 600,000. I don't even know what it is. Or maybe there's even a millionaire out there right now watching this that has been lurking for a long, long time, and you have a lot of money and you're like, you know what, I want to help this guy achieve his dream. And every one of you that writes that check or donates, I guess you're not going to write a check, but you're going to donate, which, by the way, I will put a link in the description to the GoFundMe. This will be the only GoFundMe that will have anything to do with me. So if you see any other ones, they are not related to me. They will not be something that I'm endorsing or trying to raise money from. Only the one that's linked in the description. But every dollar that you guys spend, you'll know that you're going to be helping facilitate this legacy aquarium, and you're going to be helping facilitating a place that people for decades to come are going to come actually fall in love with animals, and it's going to be so absolutely amazing. And I hope I'll be around to see as much of it as I possibly can, but I also have to prepare for the fact that things aren't looking that great, and I understand that, and we're going to try to do the best we could do to smile as much as we can and try to live our life the best we can. But I really am very dedicated to trying to make this legacy aquarium, and your help would be absolutely unbelievably needed. So again, if you can't do it, don't do it. I'm not begging for money. I'm not asking you to take money away from things that mean to you. Just saying, if you have extra and you believe in this project, then you can donate, and I would appreciate it. And together we can make this legacy aquarium absolutely amazing. And it's going to be, I can still see myself there on opening day. Is it going to be the party I was hoping it was going to be? Will I be in the shape I was hoping? Maybe not, maybe, but I can still see myself there on the day it opens. So yeah, that's it, guys. So let me know what you think, and if you can help, please help, and let's get this going and hopefully achieve this dream together. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you don't think I'm doing the wrong thing, because this was a very, very tough decision. So I appreciate you guys more than you even know. I love you so much.